Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date, reference 118239. You can see this white gold, 18-karat, 36mm Rolex Day-Date, nicknamed President, on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there if you like, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now, you can see on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. This is the classic stance of the 36mm Day-Date or President, but there is one distinct difference rarely seen on these models, and that's the presence of a Rolex 73859 3-link Oyster style bracelet. Most often seen on the 3-link President dress style bracelet, the Oyster completely changes the character of the watch, pushing it firmly towards the sports watch category, imbuing it with just a little bit more masculine aggression and presence on the wrist. And yes, you can feel the difference in heft. Now, the watch is 36mm across the round of the case. That's traditional. 44mm from extremity to extremity. But I will mention that the outcropping solid end links do add some span to the watch, such that it winds up being approximately 49mm from ultimate extremity to extremity. So the watch does have an impressive stance, closer really to a 40mm conventional case than the 36mm nominal measurement. Now, it is 12.5mm thick, so really, in the scheme of things, it's quite thin. The watch features a generously sloped and faceted white gold bezel, and if you look at the case back, you can see how dramatically cupped it is, such that about 2mm of the total thickness of the watch wind up sinking into your wrist. Let's get that back in focus. So you can see that the watch actually hunkers down and slides under a dress cuff quite easily. But the feel and the look of the watch is transformed by the 73859 bracelet. Now we're talking solid end links, all solid center links, and of course the modern milled clasp, which is a unique hybrid of a Rolex Oyster bracelet with a crown clasp style closure. So you get the profile of the 3-link Oyster and the substance and security of it, but you also get the elegance of the partition-free crown clasp, that traditional clasp design such that you can't see the parting point in the bracelet. Now you can see the crown clasp, as with all milled out current generation Rolex bracelets featuring it, acts as a pivoting switch that effectively opens the clasp up. And you can see on the inside, brushed 18-karat white gold, very solid. The days of stamped Rolex clasps are receding into distant memory and into the realm of true vintage. Everything about this watch, because of the solidity of the milled and solid parts, feels incredibly hefty on the wrist. In terms of outright mass, it's somewhere between a platinum Rolex Day-Date and the conventional white gold with the President or Jubilee. It's that hefty. Now, the bezel is a beautiful and dazzling design. Traditional Rolex white, rose, and yellow gold features the faceted or fluted design to telegraph to the owner that this is in fact precious metal, as well as a subtle nod and a wink to those who know Rolex. Now, the dial is a beautiful silver sunburst featuring a railroad-style minute and seconds track outboard. You can see all Luminova, polished, and hand-applied hour indices, baton style, as well as baton hands at center, also of 18-karat white gold. And you can see the 5-point coronet applied as ever, just below the aperture for the faceted day window, I should say. Now, outboard in that railroad-style track, you can see very subtle, inlaid, printed Roman numerals. So it's a nice little thoughtful addition to a watch that's positively groaning with thoughtful details. There is no unused space or thoughtless default design here. As simplistic as the watch is, and it is simple in the best possible way, nothing here is austere. Now you can see the print on the dial is actually quite constrained by modern Rolex standards, and it does little to detract from the grained sunburst pattern of the dial itself, which is quite dynamic. It glows in the soft light of my light box, but it does flash and explode a bit in direct sunlight. You can also see, and I'm going to move the minute hand here, but the traditional Cyclops eye magnifier over the date window. Now I want to emphasize that the watch is of the generation featuring double quickset date and day, and I'll show you what I mean by that. The caliber 3155 features the ability to quickly set both the day and the date. You simply pull the crown out to the second position, and now you have the ability to rapidly cycle. So today, and by turning counterclockwise, you can rapidly cycle your way through the days. And it's that simple. Long gone are the days when you had to wheel the hands wildly to reset one of these watches. It also features hacking seconds when you pull the crown out entirely, and when you screw it down, this is the twin lock design. The watch, though really a dress reference by modern standards, nevertheless boasts an impressive 100-meter, 330-foot water resistance. Now, the caliber 3155, a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, is extremely accurate, but with a Breguet overcoil hairspring handmade and a free-sprung balance on a full balance bridge, it's also remarkably tough. You can see this watch, the Rolex Day-Date, reference 118239 in 18-karat white gold, on the unique 73859 Oyster-style bracelet on our website, watchyouwant.com.